Hey everyone, it's Michelle. We are in the last 3-month stretch of 2022, so I thought it was about time I gave you my third low buy update. I'll leave further content down below for you to check out if you're new to my channel and have no idea what I'm talking about. But in short, I decided to make 2022 a low buy year in regards to skincare. My goal was at the beginning of this year, and it still is, to use minimalism as a tool to declutter my skincare collection of up to 80 to 100 plus skincare products, gain some mental clarity in the process, and also increase my desire for less. I don't want to be so reliant on skincare products in general. So I want to not have this feeling of needing so many things. If you check out my first video of 2022, I did set some rules for myself as well as to how I'm going to go about this low buy year and the ways I hold myself accountable as someone who's publicly sharing that I am doing a low buy year. Doing an update video is one of them. So having said that, let's get into this video. The first item I want to talk about in this update is the empty before newbie rule I set for myself. I don't think I've been doing a very good job this year in regards to that. So for those of you that don't know what empty before newbie is, essentially I empty out a skincare product before opening a new one. That way the skincare routine is more streamlined and I am sure to use up what I have. However, like I said, I have been failing at this rule quite a bit, especially in regards to sunscreen. So if you watched my Coppertone gel UV cut sun cream review video, I opened 3 of them at once because they were all essentially the same formula, and the whole point of that review was to point out potential differences between the 3 formulas, even though more or less they were the same. But with those 3 sunscreens included, I had a total of 8 sunscreens opened, and I have only been able to finish up 1 sunscreen, and I'm almost done those 3 Coppertone sunscreens. So if you're wondering why in my previous skincare empty videos you haven't seen any sunscreen, that's essentially the reason why. I have 8 sunscreens open and have been rotating through each one, and that's pretty much messed up this rule for this low buy year. I was reflecting on why I had so many sunscreens open in the first place, in particular compared to the other skincare items in my collection. And I think it's because I do know that sunscreen reviews do fairly well on my channel, and I know a lot of you like watching them. So I guess I pressured myself to try to increase my sunscreen review content, but that was to my detriment to my low buy year and just wanting to have little skincare products opened up and just make sure I focus on what I currently have open. So I think for the rest of the year, it's safe to say that I won't be buying any more sunscreens. I'm going to be using up the 7 sunscreens I still have opened, plus the ones that I still have in my skincare collection unopened. So I don't think there's a need to purchase any more, and I'm going to stop pressuring myself to release a sunscreen review frequently because I want to make sure that when I do review something in general, it's with conviction and I have a good understanding of how a product in general works and does not work for me. That way I can give you all the best review to help you make good decisions with your own purchases and what you may or may not need in your own skincare routines. Alongside the issue with having so many sunscreens open, I do find that I've been struggling to use up any skincare that I have little to no interest in using in my general skincare routine. Usually with these types of skincare products, I just try to use it on my body, but even with that, I found I was barely using it. So I've discovered that if I have almost no interest in a certain skincare product I almost never use it, even just for the sake of using it up. I pretty much forget it right away. This brings me into the second item I want to talk about in this low buy update, and that is the lessons I have learned from my hauls. So I've done 3 skincare hauls this year, and with each one I have noticed a pattern about my habits. Essentially, once I receive these packages, I open it up and use the products right away. So there is both a pro as well as a con to this type of habit. The pro is that whatever skincare items I'm using, I'm either using it consistently in my skincare routine right away, or it has a certain purpose in my skincare collection. It's something that I do rely on occasion. So based on this pattern, it shows that all 3 hauls I've made this year were intentional, and every item has essentially served a purpose in my skincare collection. The con, however, which is a point that I brought up in the previous low buy item, is that once I get these hauls of products that I have high interest in, I forget about what I currently have opened in my skincare collection. Even though I'm enjoying these new products that I hauled and using them consistently in my skincare collection, it bothers me that I instantly forget about the products I have little to no interest in that I currently have open, and then I can't finish it up because I can't even bother to use it on my body, and they just take up space. And again, it's this clutter of all these products that expire within a certain amount of time that really makes me anxious. It stresses me out. So it's just a vicious cycle I've been doing to myself, unfortunately, again, with this whole empty before newbie type of rule. Overall, with these past 3 purchases, I've clearly taken the time to decide what I should be purchasing with intention. These are items that I like using in my skincare routine, and I find that they serve a purpose with my skincare goals as well. I also find I no longer have this temptation to purchase skincare so senselessly. Basically, if this skincare item can't serve a purpose in my skincare routine at the moment, I won't use it, and I'll essentially forget about it in my skincare collection. When it comes to skincare reviews in general, consistency is key, as well as general interest in the product. If I don't have interest in what I'm using, you're never going to hear about it from me on my channel. So in order to give you all consistent reviews in general with skincare products and detailed reviews, I need to have interest in the product and use it for a good period of time. Speaking of which, I do plan on doing a NIOD CAIS3 review, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be my next skincare product review. That's it for the second item of this low buy update. Now on to the third one, and that is about this no buy year of makeup. So 2022 has been very strong with the no buy game. When it comes to my makeup collection, actually, it's been so good that I've decluttered even more of my makeup collection since. In my second low buy update video, I talked about how I discovered my color palette, both for my makeup and wardrobe, and it's been such a game changer when it comes to my makeup routine and style. I have discovered that I am of a cool and olive undertone, and ever since discovering this and using certain colors in my makeup collection to complement this, I barely reached for anything else outside of my go-tos. Before, I used to rely on makeup a lot, not just to feel better about myself, but it was one of the main ways that I would try to express myself as a interesting person. But at this point in time, I feel like I understand myself so much more, and I'm now able to express myself more holistically rather than just through makeup. After this epiphany, I decided to declutter more of my makeup stash. Fortunately, my sister and my best friend from high school were visiting, so I was able to give away makeup that was still in very good condition that suited their color palettes as well as their makeup routines. I already discarded old makeup as well, but I'm still keeping a handful of the makeup that I decluttered because they're still in very good condition and I want to try to rehome them as best as possible. So I'm probably going to ask some more friends in the future if they would like to take a look at this decluttered stash and see if they want to take anything. I also want to mention, just because I discovered that I'm more of a cool color palette, it doesn't mean I decluttered all of my warm tone makeup completely. I still like colors in that palette, and I know that my skin can work with them during the summer months when my skin gets a bit more color. It's just good to know that for the entire year, the cool color palette will work with me no matter what. But I still want to do something different every so often, and summer is essentially the best time for me to do that. All right, and that is it for this third low buy update video of 2022. As always, I hope you find content like this helpful and informative. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel down below for future videos. If you've been doing a low buy or no buy year with skincare and makeup, let me know in the comments down below how it's been going for you. If you've discovered certain purchasing habits about yourself, how you use your products, if you've been decluttering as well and rehoming some items, I'd love to hear about your progress or maybe even setbacks, because we can all learn from each other. Anyways, that is it for this video. See you all soon. Ciao.